this one, I think it's actually a good example of how you're meant to play into the Twitch. The next one, it wouldn't have mattered because of the Shaco anyway, so we'll go over this one primarily. But yeah, like we previously discussed, the big thing about kind of the Jinx into Twitch matchup is Twitch only wins because of the invisibility that he has. Allows him to get on top of Jinx early into the game. And if he's allowed to get on top of you and do a ton of damage early into the game and start snowballing, then it's very hard for you actually to do that much into him. But obviously, we did a few things this game to kind of protect from that. But yeah. So yeah, this was just straight up grief though at the start. I think you already know that. Using your flash this early, even if you get a kill, using your flash this early on Jinx is just super bad. Like at this point, you've already just got his heal, so you already have a heal advantage. So yeah, just flashing here was just really, really bad. Especially when he still has his up, you know. And again, the Janna also has hers, and either way though. See, now it sorts itself out, so. Right, so like I said, the early, so this is another thing as well, like there's no reason to swap out to rockets here.
Swap out rockets just to hit both at the same time there.
But we miss it anyway. So you don't need to swap out to rockets. One of the things that I did notice that you're doing a lot is you're using your rockets and wasting mana for no real reason. Like here, this one's going to drop low, get it. Okay, nice. And then you've got an auto attack ready for the next one. You can auto it. And then you can auto that one.
Okay.
Like, we just need to stack those first 3 minions. Using mana on them is kind of pointless. I mean, layer them, not stack them. So, this was, you know, all too fine. One of the main things, though, is that one of the things that we were doing a little bit later, and in other games as well, is we were very much kind of hitting minions when we really didn't need to. Like here, this was fine, although we are still missing CS for no real reason, even when we're not being pressured. And also, like, we have to get out of the habit of holding down spacebar for so long. Because holding down spacebar there does absolutely nothing for you. And it's always going to be harder to farm CS when we're holding space. So, yeah, like here, for example, like we don't need to see anywhere back here. The only place we need to see is up here, you know? So, holding space is really, really bad in terms of our camera control. But then here, we get the opportunity to get reset off. Purely because, you know, this wave is so huge, and that's fine. So here we managed to get a reset. So most of the time on Jinx, you want to go for Berserker Greaves. But here, what we could have done is we should have bought a pink ward when we left, because we got more than enough gold for it. And then did the pink ward spot like we did later on. So I feel like, because this is one of the main, like, one of the main ways that you beat Twitch is just revealing him. Which you'll see later on. Oh, shit. Whoops. That was my bad. So yeah, we'll see this a little bit later on. So just after the back. So... So, yeah, I don't know what Cam was doing here. Like, she was going for trades that were just completely useless for no real reason. But... So, this was fine.
I thought I cut off everything there. I don't think I have an angle to cut off everything there.
No, not entirely. But we could have put them a little bit safer so that he couldn't get down to his allies as easy, right? Like, instead of putting them here... we could have maybe even just put them like here.
Make them walk up.
Yeah. Like, yeah, do that. And also, we could have also just walked up a bit further and then put them like this. Like, which would have been okay. Actually, it depends on the angle, but yeah, like it's okay if he walks up here compared to down here because here he has support. But either way, I don't think you kill him here. I think he just never really dies there, you know. Especially with his W, Q, everything like that. So yeah, I don't know what she was doing here. But we have to just ping it earlier, like, because support players have no idea what you can and can't do. They're kind of like that. They'll int you a lot of the time. But yeah. So now we're just going back to safely farming, and this is the thing with Jinx. Like I said, like you're never really in a massive rush to make anything happen because, you know, like it only takes a team fight where you get one good, one good team fight where you just get one early kill, and then the game will just snowball from there, really. And then as well, like even when you're kind of CSing under tower here, like don't put so many autos in, because if anything, like you're restricting the amount of tower hits, which the more tower hits come, like the goal of what you want when you're looking for a slow push is you want this wave to stay here as long as possible, so this next one comes up and stalls, and then the next one after that is already on its way. Yeah. Now the problem we've got is we're putting way too many autos into this wave while it's at the tower, and because of that, our tower's, you know, killing it quicker, which we don't really need. So like for example, this cannon, obviously it's fine, it's going to drop. So this melee, fine, we get it. And then
melee
this
dies if I don't auto it.
Yeah, that was fine. But then like here, see?
Caster, yeah.
Yeah, like these, we don't really need to. So instead of what you can do is instead of putting all of those autos into one caster, just put a single auto into multiple. So instead of autoing this one like that, auto this once and this once. That's two of the autos accounted for. And then you'd have to last hit it. But you wouldn't actually have to last hit it yet. So you could have also put another auto into this. Then last hit this. Then last hit this. And now these three are all set for one tower shot and then kill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you want to be stacking your minions up. And that way they stay there for as long as possible. Here, just throw a W out. Like, just throw a W, even if it's just for an assist. We've got an echo there. Just throw the W at Janna. See? She's stunned right there, and we just don't do anything. See? So we could have killed her here, but we just don't throw a W for some reason. I don't know why. There's also the fight. I'm not sure if you've seen it or not. I think it's coming up. Where we just don't trade. Actually, it could have been earlier. So 5:29. There was a fight where we just decided just not to trade at all. We just ran.
The one where Karma entered?
No. It might not have come up yet.
No, it didn't come up yet then. Because that was the only fight we were really part of.
Yeah.
Other than the Yi and the brush.
No, I don't think it's come up yet. There was a fight where we could have kept doing damage and we just ran and didn't kite at all. I think it is soon. So here we're in a position where obviously we don't have much mana. Echo does help you push it in though, which is fine. He does grief you a little bit, don't get me wrong. I don't know why he decided to take CS here, but it is what it is. So this, you know, they're going to freeze it. So what we need to do is we need to ping more. We need to ping assistance over here because he's a jungler. He doesn't even realize how waves work. So we need to be pinging up here that we need help so that we can crash this wave. But it is a cannon, so we are still somewhat safe to crash. But here, see, like, why we're not autoing is crazy. Because when you're in this position, so when you're by the tower, you want to auto less. When you're in this position, you want to auto more. Because what you're doing here is you're not putting any autos at this moment, which means this isn't pushing in as fast. So their jungler has the opportunity to come and respond and actually do something way more when they shouldn't be able to. You should just be looking to get this hard crash and then reset, you know? Right, so I think this was where we finally bought pink. So we get this crash just because it's cannon. And then when it crashes, the wave will pull back in. Now this is what we want when we're playing into Twitch, because like I said, your goal is to have it so this wave will come back. I think this is the fight I was talking about. So you want to crash it so the wave will come back and then we're fine. This is the fight. So to break this fight down, right here you've got all these minions. So all these minions are going to assist you. That's very, very good for you. We've already thrown a W out. That's fine. We have a Karma and we're a Jinx. We're against Twitch and Janna, which, you know, is pretty big. But Janna has already put a shield on Twitch. So they don't actually have anything to reduce your damage now. So this was fine. And now we get Twitch. And now we're just running. Like, why are we only running? Like, use your rockets.
If I step up, I'm kind of 1v2, am I not?
You don't need to step up. Like, so right here, Karma's back there.
Step up to auto?
So this is fine right here. Karma is with you. And you're parallel to Karma, which is fine. And look how far up she is. And Twitch is hitting Karma right now. So Twitch is autoing Karma, and what are we doing? We're just running. Like, so he's putting all of this damage into her, and we're not doing anything back. So when he's hitting your support like that, you just auto him. You've already put the traps down, fine. You want to space out of his pool, fine. Put your rockets on and start hitting him. See, we just run. Do you get what I mean? And now, when we do start trading back some damage, look how much we do. Like, we do a massive amount. Obviously, we missed our W there. But when the ADC is sinking so much damage into your support, that's a mistake. Because as an ADC, your goal is to basically kill the enemy ADC. Like, the support, bar a few, is not going to do more damage than ADC. Especially a Twitch Janna in this situation. Or, sorry, Karma Jinx. Like, Karma is not going to do more damage than a Jinx is. So in that situation, Twitch needs to kill you. So we need to actually be punishing them when they're making these mistakes. Which currently we're not really doing in that moment. But, as we'll see here, Janna is now super low. She can't really respond much. Here, this was crazy positioning from us, though. Like, this wave, we have no reason to be stood this far up. So right here, there is no reason to ever click here. This click is abominable, like crazy, crazy bad. Because there's never a single reason for us to be here. So this click is terrible. The only place you should be clicking right now is back here. So that you can get back to your wave and then play safe and then get this wave when it comes. Like, you're not in a position where you can hold the wave or damage it from up here. So we have to be careful with our clicks. So right here. So this is usage of the ward, right? So we know that we're low and Twitch wants to kill us. So the fact that he is not on our screen means that for the time being, we have to play as if he is. You know, like, we have to play as if he's in stealth permanently. And this is where this ward comes in, because we drop back here and then we use this ward as our safety point while we wait for him to show. Now, if he shows over here, fine, we can then walk up. But we have a good feeling he's in invis. And now, as we'll see here, see, now we spot him. So we spotted him with our control ward, and now we can look to kill. So because of this control ward now, we end up converting that into 2 kills. So this Twitch is now super behind you. Always have to prioritize your wave though before you move. Like
my decision making is just slow. I don't know why, but it's like, oh, you know, won a fight or whatever. Okay, dragon's up. Wait, I have a wave. Wait, I have a wave coming, and then I move. Does that make sense? Like I feel like you could see my thought process in the middle of making a decision.
Yeah, that's why I told you instantly you need to go and get the wave first. So this does come with time. It's a kind of a thing of the more time you spend kind of playing, the more you'll kind of realize his decisions, and eventually these decisions become kind of second nature, you know? They just become like,
I feel like they would be, but I played like what, 1,500 games last season. I already have 230 games this season.
Yeah, but
I have a, like, fuck, dude. I don't know if I'm a slow learner or what.
The problem is 8 in platinum And B, you need to actually be consciously trying to remember these things. Like, muscle memory doesn't just come out of nowhere. You have to be consciously, telling yourself to learn these things. It's like players can literally be stuck in, like, bronze for multiple seasons just because they have never tried to learn. Like, even I don't know how many games you said last year, like 1,500 games, whatever. Like, that doesn't really matter, because if, say, for example, you were only consciously trying to learn certain things in 200 of those games, the other 1,300 are a complete write-off.
Yeah, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, exactly. There's players that have 4,000 games in Bronze 1. Like, where if they actually just focus on learning, they would climb. But because they're not, they're just playing the game just however they feel like. And that's the problem. Like, now that you're trying to push into kind of Diamond and then eventually Master Tier, these things, you have to be kind of conscious of them. And you have to be, again, sticky notes. Put these things on sticky notes, tap them around your monitor, and just keep them there. And then use that to remind you that those are the things that you're focusing on. One thing that you can do is at the start of the day, you can write whatever you're going to focus on those sticky notes, put them up, and then those are the only things you focus on. If you win or lose a game, it doesn't matter as long as you're focusing on improving those specific things. So, making faster decisions, you instantly do that. Now, when it comes to decision making as well, it's less about making fast decisions and it's more about knowing what's going to happen, right? So in this moment here, what you should be doing is we need to go, okay, well, we're going to back up off to this ward because Switch is going to be in stealth. And like, I know this is somewhat hard because you kind of had me in your ear for this game, but these are kind of things that eventually you'll get the hang of as well. So right here, it's like, okay, we walk back to the control ward, we wait for it, okay, great. And then as soon as we see the Twitch, we're like, okay, we go for the kill. Now, at this moment, your thought process should be, I'm going to kill a Twitch. And now, in this moment, what do you think you should be thinking of?
I'm going to kill it.
Okay, so the Janna is a guaranteed kill, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you don't kill Janna. So at this point, this is now where you think, okay, what am I going to do from here? So
is there E? I guess the two things, is there E coming? And...
it doesn't matter if the E comes. Like, so what you need to be thinking here is this Janna is guaranteed dead as soon as you walk up. So what you should be doing is inputting your kind of walk up command here and then cast your eyes to the wave. Where is your wave? Okay, it's just come past tier 2, which means their wave is here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill the Janna. We're going to take this wave. We're going to clear this wave off and then we're going to rotate into Dragon. So you start thinking about it at this point. And then, when you do kill the Janna, you already know what you're going to do. You're going to clear this wave, and then the next one, and you're not wasting any time. Because you already know what you're going to do. It's like here, you're like, oh, I'm going to go to Dragon, but there's a wave. So it's like, you can't. But if you would have thought of this beforehand, obviously I can't plan all of these thoughts into your head as you're playing, otherwise it's way too confusing for you. But this is why we kind of do these VODs. So right here, it's like, okay, now we've already wasted time on this wave for no real reason. Doesn't really matter too much. I mean, to be fair, it does matter a little bit because you could have potentially got a kill if you'd have, instead of wasting that time, put more damage into the wave, right? Because right here, now there's a fight going on. And what we should be doing here is we should instantly throw our R. So just throw our R straight away. Because if we throw R here and we get an assist, we get movement speed with that assist, and then we kill Yi quicker. And then, yeah. So here we could have had an extra assist. Again, it's a minute thing, but it's still something. Like, don't worry about throwing your ult just for assist. Huh?
I would probably kill Janna.
Yeah, potentially.
Actually, we definitely killed Janna because I trapped in front of her.
Yep. So, and then here, unfortunately our control ward does die, but we're very, very strong. And then here, we use ult for no reason at all. So use W first.
Oh.
Like, W is way more important. So just throw your W up, wait. And also we know he's got flash, right? He hasn't used it within 5 minutes. So we knew he had flash. So we need to just W first, and then if he flashes away from it, that's when we ult. Right, so now, so again here we just want to keep this wave here for as long as we can, because again we're in no rush whatsoever to force this game out. Like, we are just waiting and we're just scaling. Like,
That's the right freeze, right?
Yeah, this is fine.
Melee and forecasters.
Well, so to have a perfect freeze, it's 3 additional casters to a full wave.
Oh, 3.
So
but yeah. But you want a melee. You want a melee to set up the freeze, right?
yeah, so let's.
I was a caster. I was one caster too many.
Let me just riff gift. So the way freezes work is if you want to hold it in this location, you would. Oh, sorry, more like this location, right? What you want to do is you have the 1, 2, 3 melees, 1, 2, 3 casters, and then what happens is these. Well, you'd have another 3, obviously. So you have the 9 minions here to your 6, and then what happens is as this melee is dying off, what will happen then is the next wave will come in, and then the melees will walk around the casters. And then they'll take a position again and tank it up again. And then, because obviously yours die off quicker, it'll do it again. Now, if you do use 4, then you can also kind of hold it and kind of walk into the brush to reset it and keep it here. And then walk into the brush again to keep it here. So you can use 4. 4 is easier to manage. Obviously 3 is all you need, but 4 is way easier to manage because again you can hold it, and if you're holding 1 caster minion, it's really not that big, especially when you've got bloodline. So it doesn't really matter too much. But another thing to note is those 3 additional casters all have to be at full HP.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, it's kind of like the first casters will then get focused, and then the second casters will get focused, and then the first will get focused again, and then the second will come. It's kind of like that over and over.
Yep.
Right, so here where we can just get a reset off. So right now.
Why do we reset there?
Because so we're in a winning position, right? So we're stronger. Now, what wave is this? What number wave?
3.
Okay, so this is wave 3. Sure. Now, so the next wave that will come out. So we want to clear this away. Because obviously it's a cannon. So this is fine. We clear this wave away. And now what wave is this?
It's wave 1.
Yeah, so this is wave 1 now, right? So the fact that wave 1 is already here means that it's about to hit here, and the waves come out every 30 seconds. Let me just get Riftgate open again. So the waves are every 30 seconds, and it takes 32 to get to here.
Yep.
So because of that, it means that when these minions are around about here, which they were, that other wave is coming out. So this wave now is wave 2. So what we want to do now is we want to reset while wave 2 is here. We can also do it while wave 3 is coming out, but we can't set up as easy. So what we do is wave 2 is coming out, we reset, we spend our gold, we get into lane, and now after we are in lane, wave 3 is coming. So now we're in lane with our gold spent, ready to start a fight around that cannon. So we're basically backing in preparation for when that cannon wave comes. And then we can use that kind of wave and be aggressive.
Okay, my problem is, I see no reason why Twitch would need to back here. He was pretty full health, pretty decent mana. He had a red buff.
But that's why we can't walk up. So usually we would clear this, like we would last hit this wave and then reset. This is 2, and then we'll come out of base on wave 3.
I can't walk up because Switch is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if he is here, even though we would preferably like to, last hit this wave.
So if it wasn't Twitch, I would hit that wave.
Yeah. If it
Okay.
wasn't a Twitch, you could last hit this wave only. And then, once this wave is cleared and this one is coming, this one will then come out to here. And then we do this exact maneuver, but on the next wave. Because then we come out with the cannon, and we've actually got the maximum amount of gold possible before that cannon is in the lane. So if we already have an advantage. Yeah.
Every instinct of mine wanted to shove that wave.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't cannon, and I was full.
Yeah, but no, because if Twitch and Jana are sat in that bush waiting for you, Karma's roamed off, right? So if they're sitting in that bush waiting, which we have no information if they are or not, we're just going to die.
Okay.
Which is definitely not worth. Which obviously we do find out that they did reset, but that's result-based, which we can't use.
Yep. Result-based analysis is the biggest trap any League player falls into.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Like,
we killed him anyway. It was a shit decision. we got Baron, but it was a 50-50 flip against a Kayn. What do you want?
Yeah. So here, this was obviously a little bit unfortunate that we didn't quite manage to land it on Twitch. If we did, he'd die. But, again, we didn't have vision. Now this is fine. We get pressure on here. So why do you think we want to walk up and get this ward here? So ideally, to be honest, we want this maybe about here. So why do you think this is a really good space to ward?
The reason I could think of is to see Twitch come into lane.
Yeah.
Based off where you wanted ward.
So if Twitch wants to, so this wave will die off. And if Twitch wants to engage on you, what he'll usually do is he'll start his Q around here.
Yep.
And to get into you around here and kill you. So by putting this here, we'll see him before he Qs. Same thing as, for example, against Evelyn. If you're playing against Evelyn, what you do is you put your wards on her camps. And then you see her that way, and that's how you know where she is. Same thing with things like Twitch. Which we kind of knew he'd be here anyway, right? Like, he queued way earlier, but that's fine. But now he's already used his Q, so...
And you don't want this pink ward because I have gold and I can afford Gale Force, and so I want it back soon?
Yeah, you have Gale Force in base.
Yeah.
So
okay.
So putting this ward here means that there's going to be nobody to protect it.
Okay.
So they're just going to clear it away, and you could have just used that when you got Gale Force, right? Like, as soon as you come back out. But now we're in a position where we've got 1,500 gold on us with a spike in base, and we're not taking it at all. Now so this is also another thing. So we see the echoes on the dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what we want to do is throw in W for this Janna is complete grief. What we want to do instead is we want to throw our W to the dragon just to tag it for the assist, so we get bloodline.
Alacrity, or legend stack.
So prioritize it on the dragon for the legend stack rather than the Janna, which you're not going to kill anyway. Because see, now we don't actually get it, which doesn't seem huge, but it's actually pretty big.
Yeah, it's a lot of lifesteal or tenacity or whatever.
Yeah.
I could have Ard there. We'd already covered that.
Yeah, we'd already said here. So there, just throw R, but you want to angle it. So instead of just throwing it raw, what you could have done is
I want to move right to the turret and
you want to come around here. Yeah, like that, and then you could have killed that. Instead, it just hits Twitch.
I call it wall banging, but that's the wrong term.
But this is the thing as well. Again, here, like like. Why is our camera on this tower when it comes back here? See?
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
Yeah, like we're just autoing in the tower. Another thing you want to do in those situations as well is as you're autoing the tower, space up. So space up, space up, space up. So that when you kill the tower, you're getting your excited passive and you just run all the way up here, right?
Yeah. I don't I have trouble with that. I think it's because I feel so exposed.
Maybe. It's the same concept as what you can also do is if there's a tower falling and there's a wave, what you can do is say the tower is, say, this much HP. What you can actually do is you can space past the tower, clear the wave away,
clear it, and then
proc the tower and then run. Yeah. Use it as an escape tool.
I've done that a couple times.
It's very, very good on Jinx.
I got hard spam question pinged one time.
Well, for
Like, he's
doing
like,
it.
dude, hit the turret, finish the turret. As I'm just sitting here
Yeah.
hitting the wave behind it.
Yeah, no, like people are interesting. People have no idea how this game works, but they like to think they do.
True, including me. I have no clue how
I
this
mean,
game
everybody
works.
at some point, right? Like me as well. At one point, before I focused a lot more on coaching, like I thought I knew way more than I did. Like the thing is with League, it's literally Dunning-Kruger simulator. It's like
I've heard that term. I can't fucking remember what it means.
so Dunning-Kruger is a thing that determines that when you are, say, new to the game. So, say you're new to anything.
Oh wait, I know this. Never mind. I
Yeah,
know
your
this. It's
confidence might be all the
yep,
way up here at 100,
yep,
and you think you know everything. But then, as soon as
yep.
you start learning more, you start realizing, oh no, I know less. I know
Mm-hmm.
less. Oh, actually, I know like nothing. And then,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll
The,
end up at this
the
point, and
pros,
like you're like, oh, I'm just terrible.
pros. Yeah,
Yeah. And then
pros to the minimum.
eventually you'll then get to maybe like this point, say like 70, where you're like, okay, I know a lot, but I'm still learning, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
this is like silver. Like, or, so this is like
True.
silver in League.
True.
And then you drop down to like, this is probably like diamond, right? Like,
Okay. Yeah. Platinum. No, platinum's up at 100 too.
yeah, probably as well. To be fair, maybe this is like everything up to like P4, and then this is
What? I think it's up to like D3.
maybe,
Yeah.
and
D4
then
D4 gatekeepers, bro.
yeah, true, and then this is like you getting up to like masters or grandmasters or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Dunning
And then
Kruger.
you, and then you have Scrub Noob still at 100.
Yeah, well, I mean
Sorry,
that guy is
continue.
kind of cracked though.
True. You have to give him some props.
Yeah, playing Rengar as well. Rengar is probably one of the hardest junglers.
I mean, couldn't. Okay, what do you think of Rengar or Eric? I think he's gonna be busted.
Yeah, he's gonna be way too strong.
Yeah.
Like way too strong.
Yeah. Huh,
A
yeah.
lot of his difficulty is being removed, and he's getting a lot of things back. Like his
Getting a lot-
e-revert, his e-revert is going to be huge.
Yeah. He's
Um,
getting crit on his Q now too automatically.
Yeah. But yeah, so here we could have
I-
thrown
I
the
literally-
W back, but it's fine.
Oh, I was scared of the Twitch actually. I don't know. I I have zero interest in Rengar, but if you make Rengar videos of the Rebirth, I might watch them.
I mean, maybe we'll see. Like I was never a massive Rengar player personally. Like he's just too difficult. But
The Masters jungler.
yeah, he's one of them junglers where it's like even if you know how the jungle works, like you need to know so much about the champion that it's just very hard. And like the room for
Convinced
error is huge.
I'm convinced jungle is actually one of the like most mental
Oh,
positions.
for sure. Like it's very
Top's just like top's more than just mental. But top is just you fuck up once, you're hard punished because
in
like
high elo,
top
yeah.
is top is still like well yeah in high elo. I guess I talk more about high elo. Just like you fuck up once, you're punished because it's still technically a long lane.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's much longer than mid. Bot has two people.
It's
You're
like
still isolating top.
I was coaching a Grandmaster's top laner called Smurfwing, and he was actually in the coaching session. He was against White Knight. Don't know if you've heard of him.
I've heard of White Knight, yeah.
Yeah. So for context, let me get White Knight's op.gg. Okay. So
He plays pro too, pretty
yeah.
sure.
So this is his
Yeah.
op.gg. He's been
Yeah,
Challenger
yeah.
since Challenger existed.
In
And this like
2021 Diamond.
last season he just
Not
gave up.
credible.
I mean
Not
he
credible.
was Challenger
That's
last
good.
season as well, right? Like
Yeah.
he
I
reached
mean, Bjergsen's been like pretty sure Bjergsen's been challenger every year too, but then like he one year like he would have gotten challenger like 50 minutes before the season ended, but then their Ashe bot lane was like, I'm just gonna enjoy the game, so she just sat and farmed.
something like that. You get a
challenger
lot.
because of it.
But anyway, so in his coaching session he was against White Knight and he literally messed up one micro trade. I told him not to go for the trade. I was like, bro, don't go for it. Like there's too much at risk. Your wave is pulling in, just farm it. He still went for it. He died the wave got taken control of by White Knight as GP.
G fucking G. Oh yeah, GG.
Yeah, it was over. It was over. So
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think out of all roles, ADC is the one where you need the least amount of game knowledge of all. To be honest, like ADC is a
Fair.
lot more micro based.
Fair.
Which is other roles too, but like it's kind of a case of you just right click, right? You just hit them.
Which is ironic, considering I feel like my micro's kind of shit, and my game knowledge is probably decent. I think slightly better than Milo. I'm just complete opposite of what an AD carry wants.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean it doesn't really matter though. But yeah, so overall, I think those are the things to kind of focus on. I think right now there's obviously a lot of mistakes, but I think we covered quite a lot here. This is how you actually play into Twitch. Obviously, perfect this a little bit more when you get placed against him, which is quite common right now because people have started showing Twitch into Jinx in pro play.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh fuck! I have to find those VODs.
It's in a lot of ERLs in Europe right now.
Okay.
But yeah, so focus on those things anyway. See how that goes, and yeah, if you have any questions or anything, obviously drop me a message.
Okay. Have a good one.
No worries, my dude, and you catch you in a bit. Bye bye.